All right, everybody, ding, ding, ding. We are back up in this piece again. This is Ringside Presents Corner Confessions, and I am Troy Vaughn, also known as Trey Amazing, your favorite part-time stripper, part-time megachurch pastor, but full-time dating commentator. And I am here with the lovely, the awesome, the dope. She is Insta famous, but she's also big on the big film, the big screen, excuse me. She's been on the big screen, TV commercials. You may recognize her. I am here with nothing other than the lovely Anna Rebecca. How are you?
I'm doing great. Well, you made me feel, like a real celebrity.
Well, you are a celebrity. I mean, so you know what? When I found you, I mean, we have a mutual friend in common, and I remember seeing your face. I was like, why does she look familiar? Like, she has a familiar looking face, and I'm not sure why. Because I remember seeing you were at our friend Alicia Bridges, who's my co-host on the radio and who I've also done an interview with. I saw you on film at her birthday party at her home, and I was like, why does she look familiar? And so, but I reached out and I saw you're an actress, you're a working actress, and I looked up some of the work you've done. You've been in movies like The Lyric. You were also in Respect, which was the Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, the Aretha Franklin biopic. Yeah.
Movie called The Babysitter. And you've also done some shows like Fatal Attraction, which is, I watch Fatal Attraction.
Yes, I've been murdered twice now.
You've been murdered twice?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Good job. Great job. I watch Fatal Attraction, For My Man, stuff like that. I watch that stuff. You've been in Lost Girls After Dark. Destination Hip Hop. You were on an episode of The Game.
That was my. That's when I first started.
Oh, that was your first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were also in MacGyver.
Well, I did stand-in work. So those are shows that I worked as a stand-in on. We're basically just stand-in for the lighting and the camera and choreography while the talent is being getting their makeup or hair or running lines or whatever.
Well, so far so good, and
yes,
bravo.
Thank you.
So, I, recently began following you on Instagram.
And one question.
Sure.
Do you want to look at you or the camera?
Oh, look directly at me.
Okay, cool.
Look, you're doing great.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to be like.
Oh no, you're looking great. You're looking directly at me. You're looking great. Digging the energy.
Thank you.
And, I think, one of the reasons why it was so important that I get you in front of camera is because on your Instagram, you're very transparent about your dating woes. You are very animated, which I did. I forgot you posted a reel where you were reading a text or something, and you were laughing at the things that you were about to send, and I was like, in one of the scenes, I was like, is she on the toilet? And I was like, I was like, I think she is. Like, that is very, I'm not mad at that. I'm so not mad at that. But just given some of your posts and some of the things that you talked about in terms of your experiences, you know a thing or two in terms of Atlanta and the quality of dating, in our fair city. I mean, Atlanta is great for a lot of things, a lot of talent, the industries, the education, innovation.
Yes.
Now, when I talk to people about dating, I get a mixed bag of feelings and emotions and perspectives. So I have you here today because I really want, from your experience as a single woman.
Because yes, I am single.
All right, hey.
I am single, everybody.
She is single. Her information will be in the description, everybody, so check her out.
No slide in my DMs.
Go for it. From your and I don't know if you're looking, for anything serious, settle down, or just casual, but I wanted you to, grace the ring today and kind of give us kind of your rundown on some of the top things, maybe like top 10 things from your experience that make Atlanta trash. Because I hear that mostly from women. I will say this, I've heard maybe a couple of guys, mostly
guys
women,
having a good old time out here.
A lot of men are having a great time. A lot of men are complaining, but it's mostly women that I'm hearing saying, Atlanta dating is trash. You talk about everything they can say about it. From your experiences, from what you've seen and gone through personally, give me your 10
Okay.
lists of things that make Atlanta trash.
So I have prepared a list for the
All right.
ladies and gentlemen out there, and you guys can let me know if you agree or not. And at first I thought I was going to be able to just come up with 100 things, but after sitting down, I came up with 9. And then I squeezed one more out. And then I guess I thought of a couple little ones, but they all kind of blend. So let's see. And I will say this, going on dates in Atlanta is fun, but dating is not so fun.
Well, and side note, before you begin, another benefit, because, we're telling people all the time, Atlanta is full, but
Yes.
people keep moving here. Men and women keep, for whatever reason, choosing to relocate to Atlanta. So for the women who are
I've been here
coming
for
to Atlanta-
10 years.
You've been here for 10 years? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
I've been here for 10 years this year.
So you know what's up.
Yeah, and that helps me lead into the first thing on the list. Now my list is it's not in any particular order
That's okay.
as far as a ranking goes, but it's just 10 things off the top of my head that I was thinking.
Okay.
And the first one is that a lot of people, let me turn my little battery mode off. Okay. A lot of people come here to reinvent themselves. So you have people here who could be potentially living a facade, pretending to be one way, then they're really another way, or also possibly running from a different type of lifestyle. So when you come here, it's easy to say, oh, my name is Shelly and I grew up in, Boston or wherever, and make up a whole bunch of shit because I did just move here and you have absolutely no idea who I am. And I find that there's a lot of people who do not tend to be who they portray themselves to be. Okay. So that's one thing that I would be wary of. So make sure you do your background checks, girls. Even if you got to run his name through the internet, because there's guys out here that are predators. There's guys out here that are married, and information like that you can find if you ask enough questions. And if a guy doesn't want you asking questions, then girl, move on, because you just need to know some things, and don't ever feel like, oh, I'm bothering him, I'm gonna make him uncomfortable, I'm gonna push him away if I ask too many questions. Well, if you push him away because you're asking too many questions, then he probably has something to hide.
Right. Some guys got warrants.
Yeah. Some guys got a lot of things. Okay. So, next I'll say, I've run into this. There are people who pretend to live in Atlanta, who pretend that they're moving to Atlanta, but they don't really live here, and they live a double life in another state.
Ooh.
Yes. So I have met men who have been Atlanta working, or maybe even just here to visit a friend, having a good time. They're in Atlanta for the weekend or whatever. And if I don't like to date men out of town that live out of town, so I have had men who will try the route of saying like, oh, well, I'm moving here. Oh, I just bought a house here, whatever. And I even had one guy who was pretending that he would be at work and would come to visit me. And after I talked to his wife, I found out that he was actually living in, I'm not gonna say the city, but North Carolina, and was driving down from North Carolina to come spend time with me.
Depending on what city in North Carolina, it's not a long drive.
It's not, but
depending on the city, it can be.
Yeah, but it was definitely like a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
4 hours, that's a long way to be betraying your family and your wife. But hey.
You got a lot of people who have jobs that, cause them to travel a lot, they're on the road a lot. And so I've certainly seen that. I've certainly seen a lot of men and women come here, and they come here so often.
They get a little boo thing, if you're here long enough, and you might be here for the weekend or whatever. Why keep spending money on hotel rooms when you can just shack up with whoever,
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Number 3.
Number 3. In Atlanta, you have to be mindful that you're not just competing with other women, you're competing with men. there's nothing wrong with men that are bisexual. I have some friends who are bisexual, both male and women. But the issue comes with people who like to be deceptive and not truthful. So, exactly. And so I have learned that it's better to just be honest, because some women are actually more acceptable. And I've even seen forums and blogs and conversations about women who are okay with dating bisexual men. It was a very interesting read. You can look it up on Facebook.
There is an actual matchmaker here in Atlanta who, there was an article, I forgot if it was in Rollout or whatever, that she was encouraging black women to date bisexual men. There's been a few articles out there.
Yeah, so it's a new thing. It's a new idea, because now we're in a time where people can actually embrace their sexuality and be their true selves. And so when it comes to that, I just urge people to find a way to be comfortable with yourself. You only have one life to live, so just live it honestly. And if people don't accept you for who they are, whether they're flesh, blood, friend, or whatever, fuck them. Be yourself. And surround yourself with people who actually love you for you. That's the only way that you'll ever really be happy. Nobody wants to deal with a liar or someone that's sneaky. And even if I fall in love with you and then I find out it's a lie, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna stay. Fuck you. I don't trust you, so I gotta go.
Okay. Number 4.
So yes, number 4. Okay. If you're a successful woman in Atlanta like myself,
I heard that.
you have to be prepared to be, when you're dating, meeting men who may make less and sometimes significantly less than you. Now, depending on how much you make, that doesn't mean that the guy's still doing bad. But the thing is, you have to meet a man who is confident in himself and who will not feel jealous or feel threatened or feel like you're being too masculine or whatever these new phrases that they want to throw around.
There's a lot of new phrases on social media nowadays.
Because I have been in a situation where I have wanted to date a stunt man, or I was dating another stand-in. And as we all know, when you're working in the film industry, those jobs sometimes are by the day, by the week. You might book a few months, but once the show is wrapped, you have to move on to your next job. And so once these guys are not earning money, see, I have my own business, and I also have a side hustle, and I have a whole bunch of ways to make money, not just acting, because I didn't want to be the starving artist. But there's other people who don't have another skill set, so they have to rely on either going to actual work, working 9 to 5, or keeping these jobs back to back. And so once your money is still coming in, you want to do things. Hey, I want to go out to eat. I want to go. Let's go out to the lake. Let's go
to the cabin.
I want to take a trip. I want to go somewhere. So
travel's a big thing.
If a man is not secure in his finances, the last thing he wants to do is go with you on a trip somewhere if he is really ambitious or serious about being financially stable. And so I've learned that some guys have just told me straight up, like, hey, you actually have it way more together than I do. And after spending some time with you, I realized that I am not ready to date someone like this, in this manner. And because you're ready to go, you're serious, and, it looks like I got it together. And so, just a waste of time, And it's like, I try to be open to be like, oh, I date guys that make less than me. Of course, I'm trying to, because I'm open to love. And especially if you're working in the film industry, any job could change your life. All it takes is one job to change everything. You got to believe in something. But it's hard to believe in something when these guys are barely believing in themselves and will feel threatened by your own success. So you have insecure men, and sometimes it can come out in a bad way. So they could be like they want to abandon you. They might not be able to communicate it properly, or sometimes they can get violent or angry. So I would just say be mindful, because insecure men eventually will lash out. So my note is, if you're dating anybody that feels threatened by you or jealous of you, just get the hell on.
I agree.
Okay.
Number 5. We're counting down, everybody.
Okay. Also, with dealing with men who make less, there's men out here that are okay with a more simple lifestyle. So, like, for me, I grew up in Baldwin Hills, California, and I have traveled, and I have just had an interesting life and done a lot of things, and I want to do a whole lot more. But there are some guys who are just okay with, like, just going to work and coming home and having some kids and that. So I mean, that's cool. Once you get older and you're ready to get out the streets and nobody else wants you, then you're like, all right, I'll take one of those guys. But I mean, but no, for some people that's their thing. But just for me in particular, I don't really care for the basic thing. Okay, let's see.
It's number 6.
Yes, or 6. Yes, sure. Legend has it that there are 6 women to every man in Atlanta.
I've heard more.
Okay.
I came here in '97. It was 12 to 1. But
Right, but if you look at the statistics, it's really 51% women, 49% men. Very across the ages. So I can't say that that's really 12 to 1, but they definitely act like it. And so I do believe that every man out there is talking to at least 3 women and a possible man.
Not every man, because
That's single. That's trying to play the single thing and dating.
I told my girl when I first met her, I'm in a relationship now, and I told her when I first met her over a year ago, I said, look, I'm not a perfect man. I drink milk from the carton, and sometimes I leave the toilet seat open, up. But there are 3 things I'm not going to do. I'm not going to cheat on you, emotionally or physically. I'm not going to put my hands on you, and I'll never call you out your name. There's 3 things that are my core values.
Okay.
Other stuff, I definitely the toilet seat thing, I'm gonna leave it up sometimes. If you walk in the kitchen and see me drinking directly from the carton, chill out. But there are men that I will say, yes.
There's an exception to every rule.
There are men who are players, there are men who are accepted. But you do have some good guys out here who want to be faithful, who value fidelity. But now I feel you. So for the ladies
so if you out there, call me, because I ain't ran across you yet.
If you're out there, look, her information will be in the description. Check it out.
Because I feel like basically the good men, they got so much they can claim already. Okay. STDs. Atlanta is #1 for new cases of HIV. That's not saying Atlanta has the most cases of HIV and AIDS, because that's not true. That's what people think. You go to Atlanta and fuck around. But I will say when it comes to STDs, I have literally heard men say out their mouth, I don't use condoms. And then you're like, so when is the last time you got tested? Well, I just been fucking one girl.
They don't even know.
So just protect yourself. Have your own condoms. It doesn't matter how it looks, girl. Get multiple sizes if you don't even know, whatever. Enjoy yourself, live your life. But get checked up, go to the doctor. Because a lot of these guys really just wait for someone to say, hey, I got a burn. You might want to go get checked out because I had sex with you and you gave me something. And that's how they find out that they got STDs. Because for men, there's certain things that don't even have any symptoms and they can pass it right to us. So I would say just be mindful. Like, have fun, do your thing, but be safe, please.
Yes. Atlanta is a lot of, my background is public health. A lot of HIV, a lot of STDs are running extremely rampant, and the stats that we know, I'm putting my public health hat on real quick. The stats that we know are only the stats for people who
that actually
come and get tested and reported. That doesn't account for all the people out there.
Because I know one guy, and I'm grown, I'm 34, okay?
Go for it.
I let him know, hey, you burned me, and I know that it was you. You know what he said? He said, you know what? What medicine did the doctor prescribe you? All right, let me call my pharmacist and have them get some. He's in the street.
Have the pharmacist on speed dial.
Yeah, but why not go to the doctor and go check out, go get your dick looked at? So it's like, and why you got a doctor on speed dial? So I was very disturbed by that whole
this is
thing.
my homeboy. You work at Foot Locker too.
I was just like, that's like. After that, I just was like, I'm good, because it's just not even worth it. It could have been something that you can't get rid of, that you can't just call the pharmacist up and be like, hey, dog, help me out, dog.
Yeah,
because it's stuff out. Exactly. So, y'all, protect yourselves, okay? Learn from my mistakes.
Okay.
Now, I will say this. A lot of guys have a lot of baby mamas. Now, I will say in the South, men do take care of their kids. That's the ones that's from here, I have seen, have tried to be in their kids' lives. But baby mamas is a thing. I don't know. Baby mamas is a thing. So I remember it's guys that's under 30 got 5 kids. It's guys out here that do take their manhood seriously and really believe about a legacy and stuff. But y'all, some of them now also got 3 and 4 baby mamas. So.
It's a lot out here. It's a lot of.
And you can't change him. You're not different. I know you think you might be different, but girl, he gonna get you too.
Well, now that everything going on with Roe v. Wade, well, we're gonna see some numbers skyrocket, but that's another video.
Okay. What is this, like number 8?
Was that 9 or 10? I lost count.
I think we're like at 9.
I think 9.5. You got one more?
Yes.
Okay.
Sex workers in strip clubs. Okay, a man could just pay for pussy out here. You just call it up, come to you, you can go to it. They have massage parlors all around. If they got the blacked out windows, you know it's going down in there. And you got strip clubs. So I think out here it's just when women and pussy is so accessible, it like loses value. You know, it's like supply and demand. And
I mean, it's a pussy wonderland.
yeah, and so it's like a kid from a candy store. I personally will not date a man that just came to Atlanta because you just asking to get your feelings hurt. It's so much. There's so many different kind of women here. You might as well just let him do his thing, and maybe y'all run into each other again.
I can, you know what? I came to Atlanta in '97. I came here for college. You know, I'm originally from Memphis, and Atlanta's bigger, more spread out. And when I got here, you know, I had guys telling me, you know, it's 12-to-1 ratio women to men and everything. This was in '97.
Yeah.
So I do agree. I mean, it can, if you're not used to it, it can be overwhelming. You are going to have that feeling like, well, I want to date her, I want to date her. I mean, you know.
And I get it. Look, I dated a woman briefly, and I was like, dang, I need 2, 3 of y'all. I get it. I get it. So I get it, but I always go back to the honesty thing. Just be honest about what you're doing. You'll be surprised what people accept if you're just honest with them, you know. And if not, you just want to give people a choice. You don't want to manipulate your way into somebody's heart or into somebody's life. You want to just be transparent and be honest, because at the end of the day, you just want somebody that's going to accept you for you.
Giving someone a choice is paramount, because at the end of the day, people's feelings can get hurt, people can get heartbroken, but why not lead with someone's respect? Because, you know, if I'm with you, if I'm with a young lady and she tells me the truth, my feelings will be hurt, but at least I'll say, you know what, I respect you for it. And, you know, fellas do the same thing. You know, you gotta, because I've said this several times, no matter what you're into, here in Atlanta, there's a tribe for you. It's okay if you want.
There really is.
There's a tribe for everybody, no matter what you're into. If you want to date multiple people, if you want to be a swinger, polyamory, if you want to have a main and have a side, and everybody know about each other, I promise you, there are women out here who will date you and be okay with it as long as you're upfront.
And the more money you have, the better.
Money helps. Money helps. But in a city like Atlanta, you can still get pussy.
But then you gotta have a big dick and know how to fuck it.
Okay.
I mean, if you ain't got money.
I mean, it's so, you know.
He just be nice.
It's
nice
a lot
guy.
going on.
Thanks, nice broke guy with a little dick.
I mean, it's a lot going on in Atlanta, but, you know, and that's the reason why, because I've heard on so many different occasions when people would say, particular women, like, girl, don't move to Atlanta, it's trash. And so that's why I wanted you here, because, you know, I have subscribers, and, you know, you're going to have some subscribers who are thinking about moving to Atlanta, and they want to know what the dating scene is like before they get here.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to try to tell you all kind of stuff. You are what you attract. I attract all kind of men. I'm beautiful, I'm young, I'm ambitious, I have a magnetic energy about me, and people want to be in the same room with me.
Very humble.
Thank you. But, you know, it's like, I don't know, you just have to believe that if that's what's for you, it'll come. And instead of putting so much focus on trying to attract or date or see what you want, just focus on self-love. Work on yourself. Go to the gym, eat right, meditate, learn self-help shit, learn a new skill. Don't focus on that aspect of things. Focus on being your best self, and you will automatically attract people that's vibrating on the same level, doing the same things you are, and want to be around you because you're like-minded. So that's my advice on that. Come to Atlanta if you want to. If you black and you young and you talented, it's popping. You know, but you know, don't let somebody else determine the direction you're gonna go. Don't just be moving because you want to date or something.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Before we wrap things up, for the people out there who are watching, well, first and foremost, before we wrap things up, everybody, if you're out there, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, and most importantly, make sure you subscribe. And while you're here, drop a few comments down below.
Right, y'all agree with me?
Yeah, let you know if you agree, disagree, indifferent, whatever the case may be. Drop some comments down below. If you're on Facebook, make sure you scroll up to the top of that search bar, type in Ringside LLC, find the private Facebook group, request to join, and either myself or one of the admins will admit you. And before we close it out, gotta say first and foremost, thank you so much. This has been very awesome. You are electric, to say the least. So for the people out there who want to follow you, follow your work, follow your movies, or just simply want to slide in your DMs, how can they find you? How can they contact you?
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at beautiful, then the letters MFN, and then my name, Anna. So beautiful MFN, Anna. And then you can find me on Facebook if you like stories and you like to read. When I'm not on Facebook, Jill, I like to talk about my dating life, and it's really entertaining. And you can just find me there under Anna Rebecca Lankford. It's REBECCA, and Anna is ANNA.
Okay. Any shows or movies we can expect to see you in soon?
Yes. So this weekend, I just started shooting scenes for a trailer for a series called Unexpected Behavior. So once we get the trailer, we're gonna shop that around, try to get it picked up. Also, I just booked 2 more roles for, one is a horror movie called Lady Bird, where basically, well, I can't really tell you too much about it, but I have a lead role in that. And then the working title of another movie called Hitman, where I get to be in a crime syndicate family. So I'm like a drug trafficker, and a sex trafficker, and, you know, a murderer. I do all kinds of crazy stuff, which is cool because I usually get booked playing a cop or a detective. So now I get to be on the other side of the law. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Nice. Well, everyone out there, this has been Ringside's Corner Confession. This has been an awesome, intrepid interview with the beautiful and humble
Hey, I'm the world's greatest.
That's what I'm talking about. What's what we call pretty privileged?
Pretty and privileged. Hey, you know, you gotta admit when you're privileged, but you have to use it for good, okay?
Use your privilege for good.
Yeah, I try to keep it transparent and tell it like it is, because it's no overnight success, and I want you guys to see what it really looks like, you know.
Let's win tears, ain't mad at that. Working actress, Emmy winner?
Yes.
So I'm talking about Emmy winner. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of her, so stay tuned.
Yes, be on the lookout. Y'all gonna see my face everywhere one day. I'm gonna be on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, and then maybe even real TV.
Hey, and I can say I know you. That's what I'm talking
Right, you can say you did it first.
Right, I got it. Hey, everybody, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow this wonderful actress. She is in for some big things. And again, one day when she's at the Oscars, you can say you saw her here first. Or maybe you saw her Murder on Family Attraction or something like that. But who knows? But again, thank you so much, everybody out there. Thank you for subscribing. Make sure you watch, comment, follow, do everything. And again, we will see y'all next time. Namaste.